To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as I ask for a moment of silence for Eddie Weisniger. He was a member of DPW employee for over 30 years, 47-year member of Engine 4, at Car 5, duty chief, and a member of the Fire Police. May he rest in peace. Thank you. At this time, I'll call up the seniors from AMHS, Elaine Decker and Spencer Bailey, for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, thank you. Great job. Roll call, the whole council is present. At this time, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce the mayor of Middletown, Joseph DeStefano.
I think I'm at the Oscars or something, right? First, I want to thank the students from Middletown High School. Great job. You made your school proud, your family's proud, and we're very proud of everything you did. So thank you so much for being here this evening. Also, I want to acknowledge Judge Girton from, he's also here tonight from FATN with a group of students. And I have Judge DeProspero sent me a text from Florida. He's watching on Facebook, so I feel honored to have a couple of judges here too. But tonight is a good night for everyone, especially the Common Council and myself. It's an opportunity for us to speak to the public. It's a required annual presentation that we make, or I make, and required by our charter. So I thank you all for coming and bearing with me for probably an hour or so. So I'm truly grateful to see so many of you here tonight, community leaders, business owners, and partners from across the region. You're gathered here today for the State of the City address. I want to begin by recognizing the visiting dignitaries and elected officials who have joined us this evening. Your partnership and collaboration are essential for our continued progress, and I appreciate your commitment to the City of Middletown. They include Maria Ingracia, representing Congressman Ryan's office, Kirsten Worth with Senator Skoufis, Rachel Steingart with Assemblywoman Kay, All of them are in session, either in Albany or in Washington, so we appreciate you coming and sitting in place. We also have Orange County legislators here today. Janet Sutherland, who was just recently reelected. Thank you. And Sparrow Tobin. We all know him because he's a former 4th Ward Alderman, recently elected. I also want to extend my sincere thanks to my partner in government since 2010, Council President Miguel Rodriguez, and also to the entire Common Council. Your collaboration, dedication, and willingness to work together have been essential in advancing our city's priorities, improving services for residents, and fostering a spirit of teamwork that benefits all of us in the city of Middletown. Now I'm going to ask Mary to stand up. And as I usually say, you are, right? Mary is my administrative assistant. We try to get a picture with her with the Yankee cap on because the Yankees are playing Boston tonight, and she was torn whether to come here or stay home and watch the Yankee game. But I thank Mary for all she has done for me over the years. How long have you worked for us here? 17 long years? Long years. So thank you so much. Most importantly, I want to thank my wife, Linda, and my family, my sister, Maria, both here tonight. Can you rise? My daughters, Nicole and Alessandra, at the Little League field with our grandchildren. My campaign manager, Eli, and the twins, Rosie and Manny, and the little guy, Eli. Little guy, Miles. So they're at the Little League field, so they couldn't be here tonight, but I'm sure they'll watch it on video. Also, all of your families, members of the council, for your support and their support and understanding while we govern this city. Public service requires long hours, difficult decisions, and constant demands. We make a lot of friends, and sometimes people get annoyed with us. This impacts our loved ones the most. I've been around long enough where it just runs off my shoulders, but it does affect your families. So none of our success would be possible without their love, their patience, and their unwavering support. At the same time, I want to say thank you to the residents of Middletown for the overwhelming support that you showed me and our team is basically here because we all won, in both the primary and general elections this past year. Your confidence in me is humbling, and I can assure you that I do not take it for granted. Every vote was a statement of trust. I am honored by that trust you, the residents of Middletown, have placed in me to serve as your mayor for so many terms, alongside our team here at City Hall. Trust that we will continue to move the city forward. You trust that we will protect the taxpayers. Trust that we will improve the quality of life in every neighborhood, and we will continue with that mission, I promise you. I have to tell you that this is a great time to be the mayor of the city of Middletown. Everywhere we look, we see progress, opportunity, and a community that is moving forward together. We are able to accomplish our goals because we have the privilege of working every day with an extraordinary team. That team is a team of department heads and city employees who are dedicated professionals, from public works to public safety, from parks and recreation to finance, and from City Hall to the economic development team. Our team is focused on results. Together, we are building a stronger, safer, and more vibrant city. But before I review what has taken place across our city over the past year, I think it's important to pause for a moment and reflect on what the phrase state of the city really means. It is not simply a list of projects completed. It's not simply numbers in a budget or statistics in a report. The state of the city is about people and the priorities of a community. It is about the family that feels safe walking in their neighborhood at night. It's about the small business owner who opens that door every morning with confidence that their investment matters and will make a difference. It's about the young student who sees opportunity here and decides to build a future in Middletown. And it's about the senior who has spent decades contributing to this community and deserves to age with dignity, support, and connection. Local government, when it works well, is the level of government people feel most directly in their daily lives. And that is what we're trying to accomplish here in the city of Middletown. So tonight, I'm proud to say that the state of Middletown, the state of the city of Middletown, is strong. Strong because of the people who live here, strong because of the people who work here, and strong because of the people who serve this community every single day. So tonight, I want to share with you where we are, what we have accomplished together, and where we are headed next. So let's begin. Every community, no matter what state, city, or town, views public safety as a top priority, and we're no different. I am proud of the extraordinary work being done by our police department. Through strategic grant funding, we have strengthened enforcement, enhanced technology, and expanded community outreach without placing an additional tax burden on local taxpayers. Programs like SNUG, which is an anti-violence, STRIVE, which deals with domestic violence, and other targeted crime reduction grants are providing critical funding for directed patrols in hotspot areas. Programs like these help close manpower gaps while directly targeting crime where it occurs. We have also dramatically modernized our public safety technology. We're doing this with support from Congressman Ryan on grants from the U.S. Department of Justice. There are programs like COPS Technology Program. This combined with grants from our local representatives, Senator Skoufis and Assemblywoman Kay. Combined, they have secured millions for public safety in our city. With their help, we recently upgraded and replaced nearly our entire public camera system, originally installed in 2003, and then added to it. Today, more than 120 camera feeds operate 24 hours a day in key corridors, such as Dolson Avenue, Wisner Avenue, Wickham Avenue, and throughout downtown. This technology strengthens both deterrence and investigative capability. Our partnerships with other agencies are effective and beneficial also. They include the Sheriff's Department, New York State Police, and other local police agencies. Our department remains accredited through the New York State Law Enforcement Accreditation Program. This is a distinction held by only about 30% of agencies statewide, and it reflects our commitment to professionalism, accountability, and best practices. We have also expanded officer training in procedural justice, de-escalation, and leadership development to ensure our force remains prepared, skilled, and community-focused. Importantly, we continue to address mental health and homelessness challenges through strong partnerships with local service providers. Our in-house service coordinator, Stevenson Moncheray, hired originally on a Skoufis grant, now permanent, funded by the city taxpayers because of the success of the program. He works directly with community organizations to connect individuals with the support they need. This has been effective in reducing repeat calls for service and improving outcomes for all. Our officers also continue to be highly visible in the community. They support events such as Night Out, the Stars and Stripes celebration, the Run for Downtown race, Juneteenth, the Discover America celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, along with our Christmas parade. They are our security blanket, protecting our city to ensure Middletown remains both safe and vibrant. But public safety is not just about enforcement. It's about trust. It's about building relationships between officers and residents so that when a problem arises, people feel comfortable reaching out and working together to solve it with the police. That trust is built one conversation at a time. It is built when officers participate in youth programs. It is built when they attend neighborhood meetings. It is built when they show up not only in a moment of crisis, but in moments of community celebration. And it is built on how our officers do their job. Our goal has always been clear. A police department that is both effective and community-focused, because the safest cities are not simply those with the most police officers. They are the ones where residents and police work together. Council President and I recently attended the Police Department Officer Recognition Awards, thanking their families and the officers for the work they do. And believe me, this is hard work. I need to recognize and acknowledge the effective leadership of Chief Awanchu and his administrative staff who are here this evening for their unwavering commitment to public safety. Under Chief Awanchu's steady leadership, the department continues to strengthen community policing efforts, enhance training and professionalism, and also respond to the evolving changes facing cities and police agencies across our state and our nation. Every day and night, our officers put on the uniform with a deep sense of duty, protecting our neighborhoods, supporting victims, building trust with residents, and working collaboratively to keep crime down. Their courage, compassion, and professionalism do not go unnoticed. Just as our police department stands on the front lines protecting public safety, so too does another group of dedicated professionals who answer the call at a moment's notice, the brave men and women of our fire department. In 2025, the Middletown Fire Department continued its proud tradition of protecting life and property, a commitment that has spanned more than 160 years. In 2025, they responded to 1,191 calls for service. This combination paid volunteer system requires careful oversight by the Board of Engineers, who are here this evening, and they are constantly looking for ways to improve service. Looking ahead, the department is committed to building a strong and diverse pipeline of future volunteer firefighters, saving taxpayers millions of dollars. This recruitment and preparation of volunteers is a critical part of our protection, along with training for professional staff, all important. But readiness also depends on giving them the right tools. That means ensuring our companies have the equipment necessary to do their job safely and effectively. Facilities remain a critical component of the department's success. The Central Firehouse, built in 1929, serves as the operational core of the department and is approaching significant milestones in age. It will require ongoing evaluation, maintenance, and strategic investment. This facility houses a substantial portion of our apparatus, 4 out of 7, administrative offices, and training spaces, making its long-term viability essential. The City of Middletown Fire Police continue to operate without a permanent dedicated facility, and progress towards a long-term solution is a priority for 2026. The need is being addressed at the former MPC campus, and the rehabilitation is underway for a new facility for that organization. The EMS crisis in New York is impacting every community across our state, and for years I have raised the red flag about the unsustainable path we as a county and state are on. EMS is still not classified as an essential service under state law. Communities are not mandated to provide this service, which has created many response issues in our county. So those who do, like Middletown, are left to shoulder significant and growing costs for those countywide who do not provide the service. For example, here in Middletown, we historically have contracted with private agencies for coverage at no cost to the city. That changed a few years back. In our case, Empress EMS is our private first responding units for ambulance services. The annual cost of just coverage, not billing, is approximately $800,000. That is a substantial burden on our taxpayers, but a service that, of course, is necessary. At the same time, our fire department continues to provide basic life support, backup, to ensure there are no gaps in emergency response. The state, although late to the game, has now stepped in and has directed counties to work with local governments to develop a long-term, fair, and equitable EMS plan. While that conversation was long overdue, we do see progress in this area. Looking ahead for Middletown and exploring options, including the possibility of bringing EMS services into the fire or police service, should be on the table moving forward. I am requesting the Common Council work with me and our police and fire unions to explore options for our city of possibly bringing this service in-house. I believe it'll work out financially now with the changes in state law that make it more attractive to do. Investing in a new emergency equipment is about protecting lives, property, and the men and women who put themselves in harm's way every day. The process is underway for a new apparatus, a new truck for Ontario Hose Company number 5, at a projected cost of over $1 million, the cost of government. This is currently in the Common Council Committee. Training and professional development remains central to the department's mission. We have hired 5 new career firefighters, and they are currently attending the New York State Fire Academy. Congratulations to them, and we're looking forward to their service here in the city of Middletown. The volunteer members continue to advance through Firefighter 1 and Firefighter 2 certifications. The Middletown Fire Department remains committed to honoring the proud traditions of the fire service while embracing technological advances and evolving operational standards. By blending experience with innovation, the department ensures that our community receives the highest level of service, and that comes down to Chief Brady now. Chief Brady is in his final year serving as chief, with a total of 36 years as a volunteer firefighter, and he deserves our thanks and the thanks of this community for his service and leadership. So I want to say thank you, Chief. Please rise so we can give you an ovation. This year is truly a special one for our nation. The city of Middletown and our fire department, working with our council president and Chief Brady and his staff, our city is proud to celebrate our fire department with its historic parade on October 10th. This event now takes place every 3 years and stands as a tribute to the courage, dedication, and service of our firefighters. At the same time, we are honored to be celebrating our nation's 250th birthday, a milestone that reminds all of us of the values that unite us as Americans, the strength of communities like Middletown. The parade will celebrate our fire department and our nation's 250th together. Part of this 250th celebration nationally was a poster competition, and our local winner, Lillian Lee's work, you see it on the screen, will be displayed at the U.S. Conference of Mayors meeting this year. So I want to thank Lillian and all the people who participated and congratulate Lillian on his success. I invite everyone to join us this Columbus Day weekend, right here in Middletown for the series of activities. I'll run them by again. The fire parade on October 10th and the 250th celebration, along with the Discover America celebration on Sunday. It will be a weekend filled with pride, tradition, and community spirit, and I encourage all residents to come out. It's also a chance to honor our past, celebrate our present, and look forward to our future together. While our emergency services are the most visible part of city government, the work of keeping Middletown running smoothly extends beyond these critical responders and into every department in municipal government. Our assessor, Marianne Feely, had another exceptionally productive year in ensuring fairness, accuracy, and transparency in our property assessment process. Marianne increased outreach and education to ensure eligible homeowners receive the exemptions they deserve. In total, they handled 3,376 exemptions for residents. This included senior, veterans, and business exemptions. The STAR Income Verification Program was maintained in partnership with New York State, giving property tax relief to those who qualified. In 2025, the Office of the City Clerk, led by Rick McCormick, along with Deputy Clerk Indira Diaz and Clerk Assistant Lori Graziano, continue to serve as the front door to City Hall. They have provided essential services, ensuring transparency, and helping residents navigate local government. The clerk's office also remained deeply engaged in the community, hosting the annual spring citywide cleanup. This year, we had over 550 participants, so I need to thank the community and thank the Middletown School District for encouraging all those young folks to come out. They also organized the citywide yard sales, along with other activities, including coordinating social media and electronic communication, which are a big part of our lives now. Rick, working with Eileen Hansen from the Economic Development Office, together do a wonderful job in this area, so thank you for all the work you do. Our Civil Service Department also continues to play a critical role ensuring fairness, professionalism, and merit-based hiring across the city of Middletown, the Middletown School District, and the Middletown Housing Authority. In 2025, Civil Service oversaw approximately 917 employees, including 591 in the school district and 326 within city government. The department also conducted multiple police and firefighter agility tests, continuing to maintain rigorous standards for public safety hiring. We also marked an important transition. This part's going to be very difficult for me. After 21 years of dedicated service, Joe Massey retired from civil service. Applause. I don't know if you're thanking him or you're just happy he retired, but either way, he'll take the acknowledgement. So on a serious note, we thank him for his professionalism and his commitment over 2 decades serving the city. And at the same time, we are pleased to welcome Pam Welch as our new Civil Service Administrator. Welcome, Pam. It's also important to recognize a leadership that ensures our city operates with integrity. This part will also be difficult. Integrity, sound legal guidance, the Corporation Counsel's Office, led by Alex Smith. In 2025, Alex continued to provide critical legal advice and representation. This advice helped ensure that our government operates effectively, fairly, and in full compliance with the law. In the area of code enforcement, for example, Corporation Counsel works closely with both the Department of Public Works and the Police Department to prosecute violations, review fines, and civil judgments. He also provides legal support for quality of life initiatives. All of his office efforts resulted in hundreds of successful prosecutions and tens of thousands of dollars in fines. These civil judgments protect our neighborhoods, and uphold city standards. Alex's role is to help the city navigate complex legal issues, while maintaining transparency and accountability. The office is doing excellent work. But behind every service we provide and every project we undertake is the steady, careful financial oversight of our city treasurer, Leonora Liz. Leonora is not here tonight, but I would like to take a moment to highlight that important work right now. In Leonora's world, every dollar counts, as many of the department heads have found out. She constantly reminds all that we are spending taxpayer money, and we must always remain mindful of that. Keeping those dollars in line takes skill, dedication, and a keen financial eye, qualities perfectly embodied by our city treasurer. I want to recognize the outstanding work of Leonora, whose leadership has been critical in keeping Middletown financially strong, operationally efficient, and prepared for the future. Under her direction, our finance and human resources departments have continued to demonstrate sound fiscal stewardship, strong internal controls, and a commitment to excellence. Our finance team also maintains the books for the Community Development Agency and the Industrial Development Agency. Reducing audit burdens and improving transparency, Treasurer Liz oversaw the adoption of a balanced 2026 budget in full compliance with the New York State property tax cap for the 12th straight year. The city completed its 2024 audit with no negative findings. This is a testament to the diligence and professionalism of our finance staff. This team actively managed investments earning over $575,000 in interest through NY Class. They handled bond and debt management with skill, achieving strong credit ratings and prudent financing terms for our city. Our human resources department provided comprehensive support to employees, including payroll, benefits administration, and labor law compliance. HR strengthened its strategic role supporting union negotiations, workforce planning, and policy updates, all while enhancing efficiency with modern processes and tools. Working with my assistant out of my office, Chuck Mitchell, not Mary, Chuck handled this one, the employee handbook was updated and is ready for adoption to meet the needs of our employees. Took a little while longer than we expected, but we got there. So beyond the day-to-day operations, Treasurer Liz has played a pivotal role in advancing economic development initiatives. For example, she has been deeply involved in financing the O&W project, as well as implementing historic and new market tax credit programs in close collaboration with the Economic Development Director, Maria Bruni, and her assistant, Caitlin McNamara. This helped inject over $11 million in tax credit funding into the O&W project. Through the combined efforts of Treasurer Liz and the entire team, Middletown remains fiscally sound, operationally resilient, and strategically positioned for the future. Responsible financial stewardship makes it possible for us to support programs that bring our community together, and few departments in local government do that better than the Recreation Department. Quality of life is defined not only by the services we provide, but by the opportunities we create for families to gather, for children to grow, and for neighbors to connect. And that is exactly what our Recreation Department delivers every single day. The Middletown Recreation Department offers an impressive and diverse array of programs that serve residents of all ages, interests, and abilities. The department plays a vital role in promoting health, engagement, and a strong sense of community throughout the city. These programs provide opportunities for children to learn teamwork, build confidence, and for families to spend time together. It is also important for seniors to remain active and socially connected. Throughout the year, residents can participate in organized sports, fitness classes, cultural programs, educational workshops, and seasonal events. All of that brings neighbors together and strengthens community bonds. We encourage more residents and families to participate and keep this program growing. The department also partners with local organizations like our school district and volunteers to expand programming and ensure that activities remain accessible and affordable for all residents. This success is made possible through the dedicated leadership of Superintendent Raylyn Berthoff, along with her Deputy Superintendent, Nicole Sarakis, and the entire Recreation and Volunteer Network. They work tirelessly to plan, organize, and deliver these programs. In 2025, our Parks and Recreation Department demonstrated what teamwork, enthusiasm, and vision can accomplish. An example of that teamwork came when the department worked with economic development to assist residents in need after the federal government shutdown delayed SNAP funding. Middletown did not stand by. We acted, and we acted quickly. To ease the immediate burden, the city allocated $10,000 in community development block grant funds to provide immediate relief for those in need. Through that funding, we distributed $250 benefit certificates to SNAP-approved families. 193 qualified households applied and received assistance, allowing them to purchase essential items such as fruits, vegetables, meat, dairy products, and groceries during a very difficult time. The Recreation Office stepped up in a big way, managing applications, and this is federal money, so we had to make sure that we were very detailed in managing those applications, reviewing paperwork, and answering calls. They even delivered vouchers directly to residents who faced transportation challenges. Families also received information about local food pantry resources, and a food drop-off was located here in City Hall with excess products delivered by DPW to the food pantry. But this program was about more than just vouchers. It was about stability, it was about dignity, and it was about making sure that when residents faced uncertainty, their city government, their neighbors stood with them. Beyond the many community programs they organize, the Rec Department also plays a major role in keeping our young people active through a wide range of athletic programs. This year, the Recreation Commission recognized the successful Middletown Recreation Boxing Program, and the coaches were honored with a Distinguished Service Award for their unwavering commitment and leadership, all on a volunteer basis. We had 2 participants in the Golden Gloves this year in Madison Square Garden, and I was able to attend that match for both of them. I only watched the one, but the other, I was not able to stay for the second match because it was later in the night, and I was getting tired. But great accomplishments for getting to Madison Square Garden. It's not just going down to Madison Square Garden and boxing. It's a series of bouts to get you to Madison Square Garden, and they did that. And they both won. So congratulations to Giovanna Graham and Latrell Lamont, and they did a great job, and I know Latrell is moving on. Giovanna did not have enough matches to move on to the next round, but they both did a great job, and we're very proud of them, and I know the Rec Center is also very proud of them. The commission also honored Ryan Yasika with a Community Partner Award for his vision and tireless efforts in creating the Middletown Reservoir mountain bike trails. Ryan's work is a powerful reminder that partnerships and local leadership can transform ideas into lasting community assets. This is exactly the same spirit of investment and commitment that drives the city's broader support for parks and recreation, with more than $3 million dedicated each year to events, programs, and spaces that bring our community together. It is important to recognize that it's not just spending. It's an investment in our kids, people, and an investment in the quality of life of our residents. We offer hundreds of free programs. We offer hundreds of paid programs serving toddlers, youth, teens, adults, seniors, and individuals with adaptive needs. From ice skating at our downtown rink to our youth sports programs, from swim lessons to movie nights, then throw in yoga, festivals, trail bike rides, barbecues, parades, cultural events, and school break programming. These programs keep our parks vibrant and our community engaged year-round. Of course, recreation in our city isn't just about kids. It's about quality of life for our residents of every generation. Our recreation department and our senior programs share the same core mission, improving quality of life. Over the past several years, we have continued aligning these efforts, recognizing that recreation, wellness, and community engagement do not stop at any particular age. Looking ahead to 2026, we will complete construction of the Maple Hill spray pad and the fitness court studio at Maple Hill. We will enhance senior programming and significantly expand its social media presence to increase awareness and participation. As part of the organizational improvements, parks maintenance employees will transition to DPW. Our recreation and senior center operations will come under one person under the direction of Superintendent Raylyn Berthoff, whose leadership will help expand programming and develop meaningful intergenerational initiatives. Building on the success of our citywide recreation programs, we are further enhancing opportunities for our older residents by merging the Mulberry House Senior Center with the Recreation Department, creating a unified approach that ensures every generation has access to engaging and enriching activities. Mulberry House will continue to serve as a dynamic hub for Middletown residents aged 55 and older. In 2025, the center welcomed over 4,000 registered participants, hosted 52 social events, organized 11-day and overnight trips. They also provided over 7,500 rides on the senior shuttle bus. With enhanced safety measures, educational initiatives, and volunteer opportunities, the center remains a vital resource for enriching the lives of our seniors. Of course, all these programs and activities in all city departments depend on something many, many people do not always see, but experience every single day of their lives: the hard work of our Public Works Department. Infrastructure is often something people do not think about until it goes wrong. When water flows from the tap, we really think about the miles of pipe underneath our streets. When we drive down a smooth road, we rarely think about the engineering and maintenance that made it possible. Infrastructure is the foundation for which every successful city is built. Middletown made a deliberate decision over the past several years to invest in that foundation. We did so because neglecting infrastructure only leads to higher costs tomorrow and major inconvenience today. I want to recognize Commissioner Jacob Tawil, his Deputy Commissioners Ross Mastria and Brian Smith, and the entire DPW team. Under Jacob Tawil's leadership, DPW continues to invest in, upgrade, and rebuild our streets, water systems, sewer lines, stormwater infrastructure, ensuring that Middletown remains resilient, functional, and ready for the future. From 2018 through 2025, the city has completed or currently has underway over $176 million in capital projects managed by Jacob. Many of these are multi-year undertakings, reflecting the complexity and scale of work required to keep our city safe, efficient, and thriving. The DPW's mission is simple but vital: to invest in upgrade and rebuild resilient infrastructure that enhances quality of life, attracts and supports local business, and ensures that residents benefit from reliable, safe, modern services. This includes our water, sewer, sanitary, and stormwater systems. This department generates revenue from water and sewer assets to help offset property tax costs for residents and ratepayers, a practice that many municipalities cannot pursue. Several long-term projects have already transformed our streets, our sidewalks, and intersections. A major $31 million traffic-controlled intersection and sidewalk improvement program, now in its fourth year, has enhanced aesthetics, improved traffic flow, ensured ADA compliance, and strengthened pedestrian safety. This follows a $4.3 million investment completed in 2021. Our street department paved 21 streets in 2025 alone, and the total cost for milling and paving in 2024 and 2025 was over $3 million. We also installed 70 ADA-compliant curb ramps at intersections and carried out spring cleaning and leaf pickup, along with our daily street sweeping. During the winter of 2025 and 26, our horrible cold winter, the DPW snowstorm response was outstanding. Crews worked tirelessly to clear the streets, particularly around schools and high pedestrian areas like downtown. They also handled along the narrow streets in the city, ensuring emergency vehicles could reach every neighborhood. It was a great job by them, and I appreciate and thank them for their commitment and efforts, especially in this very difficult year. I do need to emphasize, though, that cooperation from the public remains essential during these storms. When residents move vehicles and follow emergency rules, the work becomes safer and more effective for everyone. This didn't happen on every storm, and many were ticketed and towed. We don't want to do that, but we must. So please, next winter, please cooperate. A particularly significant achievement has been the transition to the mechanical arm sanitation trucks that we went to a few years back. This investment reduced worker injuries from double-digit numbers in prior years to just 2 in 2023, 1 in 2024, and proud to say 0 in 2025. These improvements have lowered insurance costs, improved efficiency, and most importantly, kept our employees safe. Our water and sewer systems, much of which is over 100 years old, require constant attention. In 2025, the water department responded to 46 water main breaks, nearly the double the 25 we handled in 24, an indicator of old infrastructure. This is important work, and we don't take the responsibility lightly. Recently, we faced a human error incident involving excessive fluoride introduction into the system during an overnight period for about 4 hours. Once identified, we immediately notified the Orange County Health Department and New York State. We issued public notices and confirmed that no major health concerns were happening. We disciplined the responsible operator and revised procedures to prevent future incidents. That was leadership from Jacob Tweel in that area, and he should be commended for that and for being transparent with the public. Also, the city continues to secure critical grants necessary to continue to modernize our water and sewer infrastructure. We received $5 million in New York State SRF funding for Phase 1 of the Raw Water Main Project. This grant, plus our 40% city match, totals $8.3 million. Our 9 dams have been upgraded to meet DEC standards under safety mandates. Yes, we do have 9 dams. Invasive species like the water chestnut in our lakes are being monitored and addressed carefully to protect our reservoirs. And of course, protecting our water source is paramount. Working with our engineers, CDM Smith, we developed a watershed protection plan for land acquisition. This $7.5 million project was funded with a $6 million grant from New York State. One example of this acquisition was the acquisition of the former horse training facility on Guy Mart Turnpike, adjacent to one of our water sources, Mill Pond. That property is now owned by the city, and all the buildings on the property have been removed, a requirement of the grant. The property will remain forever green, never developed, with a passive hiking use possibly in the future. Investments in inflow and infiltration control, including replacement of the black dirt sanitary sewer lines and a completion of Sterling Street Sewer Phase 2, have reduced stormwater impacts on our sewer system and helped us to avoid potential DEC fines. Equally as important, it protected our neighborhoods from frequent flooding. Smoke testing and CCTV inspections allow in-house monitoring and correction of illegal connections, making the system more viable, more reliable, and efficient and in compliance with DEC law. DPW's work is not just about maintenance. It's also about smart planning and leveraging city assets. In 2025, our agreement with CPV generated $676,000 in revenue for our city. Projects like the Indigo water source development property, where the city has first rights to 1 million gallons of water per day from a county-owned property, could generate millions annually in future revenue. We partnered with County Executive Steve Newhouse and the Orange County IDA on the studies that are necessary to advance this resource to the next step, and I wanted to thank them both for their partnership. The future growth of this county relies on our ability to develop water resources, and this partnership did just that, and we are the logical person to develop this resource, or the logical community. On the sewer side, we also used our assets to raise revenue by accepting trucked-in septage for treatment, generating an average $500,000 per year. While the Amy's Kitchen project did not move forward, and I don't know if it is going to go forward, the city struck a deal with Goshen to sell them the water and sewer capacity set aside for Amy's. This will eventually generate significant revenue and provide service to institutions like the Mid-Hudson Psychiatric Center. Without city water and sewer, that new facility may have never happened and would have been a tremendous loss for this area and for our region. So we now wholesale water and sewer services to parts of the Wallkill, parts of the town of Wallkill, parts of the town of Wawayanda, and parts of the town of Goshen. Our infrastructure improvements also extend to other key facilities in our city. We completed major water tank projects in 2025, including the $1.2 million Highland tank, the High Barney tank at a cost of $3.2 million. We are on track now to complete the Mountain Avenue tank, a $4.2 million project in 2026. And listen, I fully understand that our water and sewer rates are higher than many communities in the region. I hear that concern, and I know it places a burden on some level on residents and businesses. I want everyone to know that we do not take that lightly. But the reality is much of our infrastructure is several decades old and requires significant investment to remain safe, reliable, and in compliance with state and federal regulations. These projects are expensive, as you can see from the examples that I've given, but they are necessary. They protect public health, they maintain environmental standards, they ensure that our system continues to serve our city for generations to come, like the people years and years ago that created the Middletown Reservoir System. That foresight. Not every community can say it's making these investments, and at some point they will have to, and they'll play a little catch-up on rate. But for now, we are doing what is necessary to protect and improve our system and offer this service to our residents. Across our city, there are many other infrastructure projects underway that are improving safety and enhancing quality of life. Working with the county, we completed the design of the Heritage Trail Segment Phase 3, with construction anticipated, hopefully, to begin in 2026. This will connect West Main Street to Ingracia Road and go in one side of the Transportation Center, the new Transportation Center in the heart of downtown, and out onto North Street. This center also plays a vital role in the Transportation Center also plays a vital role in the image and economic vitality of the city. It serves as a gateway for visitors, commuters, and residents. The proposed improvements for Middletown Transportation Center will modernize the existing bus hub and transform it into a safer, more attractive regional transit center. Plans include new bus slips with protective canopies, improved parking areas, upgraded pedestrian access, enhanced lighting, and safety features. A direct connection to the Heritage Trail, along with bicycle infrastructure. This approximately $7.5 million project was delayed by COVID and the Coach USA bankruptcy, but it is now moving forward for 2026 start. I want to thank County Legislator Janet Sutherland and County Executive Steve Newhouse, who this past October met with us on site and helped move this project along to its current stage after so many start and stops. So Janet is here tonight, so thank you, Janet, for all you did on that. We also launched an experimental speed bump program on selected streets and around schools to improve traffic safety and protect pedestrians. This pilot project was designed to calm traffic, reduce vehicle speeds, and enhance safety for students, families, and residents. As the program continues, we are evaluating traffic patterns, speed data, and public feedback so that future decisions are thoughtful and data-driven. The new regional court project that we're working on South Street represents another significant investment in our city's infrastructure. The total cost is approximately $5.5 million, and we secured $2.5 million in state funding for the project through our Senator James Skoufis. This grant significantly reduced the local tax burden for this state-mandated project. This new facility will ensure compliance while providing a modern, secure, and efficient court environment, while also allowing us to expand police services within our campus right here. With the construction of this Justice Center near completion, I am also requesting that the Common Council honor and approve naming this new court facility in honor of the Honorable Justice Angelo J. Ingracia. The late Judge Ingracia, a lifelong Middletown area resident, raised his family in Middletown since 1958, and his wife Judy and daughter Maria still reside with us in the city, and Maria is here with us this evening. Judge Ingracia's extraordinary career in public service included service as Orange County's district attorney, county court judge, and ultimately chief administrative judge of the 9th Judicial District. This courthouse should be named in his honor. I know we have discussed it over the last year, and it should be renamed the Honorable Angelo J. Ingracia Middletown City Court. And I'm asking the Common Council to formally do that at our next meeting. That will enable us to get up the appropriate signage before the opening of the court. Just as we honor our legal legacy with the naming of the new court facility, we are equally committed to preserving the cultural landmarks that define Middletown. If you recently attended an event at the Paramount Theater, you have likely seen the construction underway across the street. This project is necessary to keep this theater thriving, and that is the downtown municipal parking garage, actually our first parking garage. Phase 1 is scheduled for completion around June of 26 at a cost of $4.5 million. This project, like so many, is supported by a $2.5 million grant, again, through the office of secured through the office of Senator James Skoufis. The garage will add approximately 80 spaces with future capacity for Phase 2 to add more than 200 additional spaces. These investments reflect a city not only managing day-to-day operations, but planning strategically for the long-term future. Our infrastructure is safer, more resilient, and more efficient than ever. The work of DPW does not just keep our city running, it lays the foundation for growth. So this year marked another significant chapter in Middletown's continued resurgence, with Maria Bruni and her team leading the way with several community projects in the Economic Development Office. When we talk about economic development, we are not just talking about buildings and projects. We are talking about strengthening neighborhoods, creating opportunities, and expanding home ownership, supporting entrepreneurs, preserving our history, and building a city where families choose to stay and businesses choose to invest. Our approach in Middletown is paying off. Middletown was recently ranked as the 11th best city in New York State to live in by U.S. News and World Report. Just let that sink in. We're number 11 in U.S. News and Report. This is not Road Snacks or one of those crazy online rating services that try to sell you security systems. This is U.S. News and Report, a very reputable magazine. The recognition reflects the hard work, strategic planning, and community-focused investments that are making our city a place where residents can thrive, families can grow, and businesses can succeed. In 2025, through the Federal Community Development Block Grant Program, we directed more than $500,000 toward neighborhood stabilization and housing rehabilitation. 13 homes were fully rehabilitated under the federal program this past year with grants and low-interest loans. That is rebuilding neighborhoods. Those are not just renovations. They change neighborhoods. They are investments in safety, dignity, and long-term stability for Middletown families. Our Community Development Agency, a very unique operation, has also continued its mission of returning distressed and vacant properties to productive use by creating home ownership opportunities during a time when affordability has become increasingly out of reach for many working families. 16 formerly troubled, distressed properties are now back on the tax rolls, generating new annual revenue while expanding affordable home ownership opportunities for families. We are currently working on 3 more. At the same time, we have recovered over $318,000 in back taxes owed on these properties, and Middletown has always prioritized creating opportunities for residents to grow, learn, and improve their lives. We also recognize that at times we must lead with compassion, especially when it comes to protecting our most vulnerable residents. Our city proudly provides the facility and covers some operational expenses for the warming center, ensuring that during the coldest months, no one in our community is left without shelter from dangerous weather conditions. In addition, Middletown hosts the only county-run homeless shelter here in the city of Middletown. This responsibility carries both financial and logistical impacts on our taxpayers. We know that. Quite frankly, no other municipality in the county does more than Middletown when it comes to stepping up for those experiencing hard times and homelessness. We remain committed to doing our part, but at the same time, this is a call that others must be in a position to share responsibility across the county. Many communities in this county are not doing their share. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to the Interfaith Council of Middletown and to the volunteers, quite a few of them Toro students, many, and this has been going on for years. Also the leadership of the warming station for their extraordinary compassion and dedication that they demonstrate every day. This past year, we were proud to officially rename this facility in honor of Marilyn Pierce, a longtime volunteer whose selfless service embodied the very best of our community. We were fortunate to bestow that honor upon Marilyn while she was still with us, with her family present. Her passing was a tremendous loss, but her legacy lives on in the work that continues there. As we address social challenges, we must also recognize that long-term solutions are tied to economic opportunity. A strong local opportunity creates jobs, attracts investment, and provides the resources necessary to support the services that strengthen our neighborhoods. That is why economic development remains central to our work. Citywide and downtown, we continue to build momentum. This year, we proudly celebrated the completion of our $10 million grant called the Downtown Revitalization Initiative, which was awarded through New York State and Governor Hochul in 2016. That initiative transformed key areas of downtown, including Erie Park, Rail Trail Commons, facade renovations, streetscape improvements, and upgraded public spaces. These projects have improved walkability, strengthened our small business corridors, and created welcoming spaces where residents gather and visitors spend time. I was recently honored to serve as a panelist at the New York State Conference of Mayors, their convention up in Albany, where I presented Middletown's success story on smart growth to mayors and elected officials throughout New York State. This was a proud opportunity to share and showcase how our community is leading the way in thoughtful, sustainable downtown redevelopment. In August, we had the distinct honor of welcoming Governor Hochul to Middletown. The governor's visit highlighted our city as a model of how strategic state investment, combined with strong local leadership, can produce real measurable results. During her tour of Middletown, Governor Hochul met with entrepreneurs, many of whom are immigrants who are helping rebuild and strengthen our community despite very real challenges. As mayor, I continue to judge people by the same standard our city and our residents always have. That standard instilled in me by my parents, and that is whether they work hard, care about their families, and contribute to their community. And every day I see immigrants in our city doing exactly that. Their courage and determination are inspiring. I thank our immigrant community for helping rebuild our city, and I continue to stand with them in face of actions by the federal government. That same spirit of determination and entrepreneurship that immigrants bring to our community is also a driving force behind Middletown's economic growth. One way we do that is through programs like our small business loan program that continue to fuel momentum. This year, we supported businesses such as Dadu's Restaurant and Pilates Oasis, locally owned ventures that both have created jobs and activate storefronts. Every ribbon cutting is a sign of confidence in Middletown's future, and you see a number of them on the screen over the past year. The O&W project continued to gain real momentum throughout 2025 and represents one of the most transformative redevelopment efforts in our city's history. When the city was awarded the $2 million in Empire State Development Regional Economic Development Council grant funding for the O&W through then Assembly member Aileen Gunther, we knew then that we had a chance to restore this historic part of our history. We weren't there, but we knew we had a chance. We then found a partner, RECAP, and their Head Start program. We were also awarded an additional $250,000 in DASNY funding for the dedicated parking lot on adjacent property that the city strategically purchased in 2025 to support the project and provide the required parking needs. This, combined with city appropriations, bonded funds, federal ARPA funds, these public investments allowed us to leverage additional financing through tax credits previously mentioned. For the first time in history, in our city's history, we have a project that is being partially funded through state and federal historic tax credits along with new market tax credits, a very difficult process. After months of work involving my office, the Economic Development, Maria Bruni and Caitlin McNamara, her assistant, Treasurer Leonora Liz, Jacob Tawil, Corporation Counsel, Alex Smith, several consultants, attorneys, and accountants, engineers at Fusco Engineering, CNS Engineers of Syracuse, and our tenant partner, RECAP. We successfully closed on the tax credit financing on December 12th of 2025, and that secured approximately $12.5 million in tax credits, of which we netted about 11, and clearing the way for full construction to begin. The construction progress has been steady and strategic. We started shoring and asbestos abatement, and that began in 2025. We started earlier because we were confident we were going to get the funding. Work continued in 2025 including demolition of the rear tower damaged in the 2004 fire and installation of metal bracing to secure the historic front tower. With funding secured, contracts in place, and partnerships solidified, the O&W project is now in full construction throughout 2026. This $44 million project is anticipated to be completed in the spring of 2027. This past week, we had a contingent from New York State Homes and Community Renewal. We hosted them for a site visit at the O&W. They are partially funding this project with $4.1 million, and we're very impressed by what is happening there. They see the O&W, they see that the O&W is one of the gateways to downtown. It's an important redevelopment, and downtown Middletown is not slowing down, and they felt that it was worth the investment. They had confidence that we would make it work. We are also actively pursuing a number of projects and proposals to strengthen our local economy. We know that not every opportunity will come to fruition on the first attempt, but we remain determined and will continue pushing until we bring as many of those ideas to life for our community. For example, 11-15 King Street, a long-time vacant building. This is moving toward redevelopment through a mixed-use plan that brings ground floor commercial space, and 15 residential units above. Asbestos abatement is underway. You can see it going underway when you walk out the front door. The redevelopment of 48-54 North Street, the former Montgomery Ward building, includes commercial space on the first floor and 24 new residential units above, and that is near completion. On this project, working with the developer, we are also preserving the character of downtown while meeting current demands for housing. We also made this project work by giving them an easement out onto Jerry's Park in order to work that commercial space. We strategically changed the downtown zoning to encourage upper floor residential, and it's working. At 135 North Street, a private mixed-use development is in the planning. The former Chase Bank has had several starts, but no finishing yet on this project. We're going to continue working with the developer. At 33 Mulberry Street, a major adaptive reuse proposal would bring nearly 100 residential units and ground floor commercial space downtown to a former industrial building. At 70 Fulton Street, the Promenade at Middletown is planning an expansion to enhance memory care services and create a community day program, and that has received planning board approval. And at Franklin and Union Streets, a 5-story mixed-use development is under review that would add both housing and commercial space. This is currently facing state historic preservation review, and as soon as that is complete, we're hoping the developer will move forward. These projects represent confidence in Middletown by private developers, private investors, and they also represent thoughtful growth, strategic mixed-use development, a stronger tax base, and more housing options. It will create long-term vitality for our city. We also secured $500,000 through the CREST program for the purchase and renovation of the historic Middletown and New Jersey Railroad Station at 141 East Main Street, another state grant. I'm proposing a small welcome center, community use room, and a visitor's kiosk off the trail, along with approximately 1,300 square feet of business incubator type rental space. This is one of the oldest remaining structures tied to our rail history and an important project to protect. The city closed on the property in 2024, ensuring that it remains in public hands and can be thoughtfully restored. Another exciting step in our downtown revitalization effort is the transformation of underutilized alleys and alleyways into welcoming public spaces. Through strategic investment and grant funding, we are redesigning key downtown alleys with decorative pavers, improved lighting, landscaping, and pedestrian-friendly features. These improvements will enhance safety, create new places for residents and visitors to gather, and support the restaurants, shops, and small businesses that are the backbone of downtown. Our first alley redevelopment project will transform the alley connecting Center Street toward Days Coffee and onto Jerry's Park. This area is once known as the Foundry area, if you read some of the old Middletown historic books. We are reimagining that space as part of our downtown's future, and at the same time, Middletown continues to position itself for future industrial growth. Polygraph Industries made the strategic decision to relocate from Hauppauge, Long Island, to Middletown with its 120 jobs. This is a strong vote of confidence in our workforce, our location, and our business climate. The project includes a new 80,000 square foot addition to the existing 28,000 square foot structure. Construction has been completed, a certificate of completion has been issued, and move-in is underway with a ribbon cutting planned on May 12th. All are invited. This is exactly the type of smart, job-producing investment that grows our tax base and supports working families. The economic development is not only about construction, it is also about the culture, education, and quality of life. Fayetien College, represented well here tonight, soon hopefully to be Northern University, continues to have a transformative impact on the redevelopment of our community campus. Projected to host up to 2,000 students, hopefully within the next 5 years, the campus is helping reshape our city into a true college town, complementing the presence of Toro Medical and SUNY Orange. There is New York State buy-in on this campus redevelopment. Fayetien received a grant of $1.2 million from Restore New York for the restoration of the former nurses' quarters into student housing. That project has been completed. Fayetien has also invested tens of millions of dollars on rehabbing the many buildings left vacant by New York State 25 years ago. You can imagine how much money those buildings cost to rehab. I encourage residents to take a ride through this campus and note the change. The city has also received a major grant funding for the proposed revitalization of the Kleiner Center. One of the plans, and the plan that we received the grant on, is to restore the building into a modern, multi-purpose facility that will also host arts, recreation, and community events with a special focus on intergenerational program, along with some high-tech commercial possibilities. We are now starting with a $10 million grant secured with the partnership of Governor Hochul, Senator Skoufis, and Assemblymember Paula Kay. This is another huge project for our city. It will require additional resources as we look to potential partners to bring the full vision to life. The redevelopment of this campus became a clear campaign issue in this last election. Middletown chose a path that prioritizes education, historic preservation, thoughtful, sustainable development over high-density housing and immigrant bashing. That was the right choice for our city. Moving on to the historic Paramount Theater, and I touched on it earlier, another iconic building saved by the administration delivered another outstanding year of events. Outdoor events coordinated by the theater staff under Maria Bruni include our free summer concert series, the Juneteenth celebration, movie nights, Run for Downtown race, and the Christmas tree lighting. These bring thousands of residents and visitors, filling our streets and venues for these special events. The Paramount also hosted 36 live performances. Restoring and maintaining this theater is important to our city and the economy of our downtown. That's why I appreciate the commitment of Assemblymember Paula Kay. Through her efforts, we recently secured a grant of $50,000 through the New York State Council on the Arts to help support this operation. So when we talk about successes, we are really talking about proof. Proof that our strategy is sound, proof that our approach is effective, and proof that Middletown's best days are still ahead. The results of this comprehensive strategy are clear. What makes this progress possible is disciplined financial management, aggressive pursuit of grants, as you can see, strong partnerships with state and federal leaders, as you can see, along with clear, consistent vision. But no city can truly thrive without a strong partnership with its schools. The success of our community and the success of our schools are inseparable. And while tonight is the state of the city, not the state of the school district, the truth is, in a community like Middletown, the two must go hand in hand. The connection between the city of Middletown and the enlarged district is essential. We are fortunate to have the leadership and stability of Superintendent Amy Creedon, along with a dedicated group of administrators, teachers, security, and all staff from clerical to food service, along with the 9 members of the Board of Education who are deeply committed to the success of our students. Strong and stable leadership matters Because when a school district has consistency and a steady governing body, educators can focus on what matters most, preparing our children for the future. Our schools shape the next generation of residents, workers, and community leaders. Also, the stronger our schools are today, the stronger Middletown's workforce, economy, and community will be tomorrow. A strong school district attracts families, supports economic growth, and strengthens our neighborhoods. Our district offers opportunities for students of every background through academics, athletics, the arts, and career preparation. John Perino, the school board member, I repeat his line every year: when our schools succeed, our city succeeds, and vice versa. And that is why I'm encouraging the board to focus on our kids and our taxpayers and not to become distracted. And that brings me, which I think you're all very happy, to my final closing thoughts. Every investment we make, every project we complete, every program we implement reflects our commitment to a Middletown where families can grow, businesses can succeed, and neighbors feel safe, supported, and connected. The progress did not happen by accident. The picture I tried to paint this evening is our success as a result of careful planning, developing relationships, disciplined financial management, innovative thinking, and the hard work of dedicated city employees, elected leaders, community partners, and most importantly, engaged residents. Tonight, we see the product and the progress all around us. We see safer streets and stronger neighborhoods. We see record investment in our infrastructure, rebuilding our sewer, our water, and transportation systems for the future. We see a downtown that is alive with festivals, small businesses, restaurants, and community events. We see economic development bringing new opportunity and new jobs and renewed confidence in Middletown. We see a city government that is financially responsible, keeping taxes stable while delivering better services. And we see dedicated public services, our police officers, our firefighters, our DPW crews, our city employees, our school employees, all working every day to make this community stronger. That is the story of Middletown today, a city moving forward. A city investing in its future, a city that believes in itself, and because of all of you, the residents, businesses, and partners who care so deeply about this community, the state of our city is strong, and the future of Middletown has never been brighter. The best is yet to come, and I'm proud to be on the journey with all of you on the Common Council and all of our residents and all of our employees here in the city. So thank you all, and I appreciate you coming tonight.